My name's Sean Rooney. I am Scientific Officer for the Psychological and Behavioural Science Department. My primary role is just supporting teaching and research within that department. So I'm involved in the undergrad, most extensively the BSc, but as a wider role I also support the behavioural lab here, helping facilitate research for academics and external and internal kind of consultations. So the idea of the lab is it's kind of sort of meant to be a sort of multidisciplinary space. So we have 15 workstation cubicles for sort of mass kind of group work. We also have 4 what we call focus rooms where you can do more group-based activities, interviewing, kind of counselling style sessions, and then we have 3 sort of one-to-one interview rooms as standard, and within that we will tailor to whatever's needed. So all of our rooms have observational cameras, so we can record video and audio for behavioural coding later on or transcription, and then also some of those bigger rooms we will set up for virtual reality or whatever other type of research is needed.
My name is Nikki Sullivan, and I am an assistant professor of marketing specializing in the field of consumer neuroscience at LSE. So I use the behavioral lab here at LSE to collect data using eye tracking. And I use eye tracking to understand how people think about different food items typically and how that influences their ability to execute self-control. I have a course in which we use the lab to teach the students how to collect process tracing data such as skin conductance, emotion recognition, and eye tracking data to use in their own group projects. And so that's a big part of how I use the lab.
My name is Dr. Miriam Tresh. I am an assistant professor of psychology in the Department of Psychological and Behavioural Sciences here at LSE, and I do research, but also I head teaching, so I'm involved a lot in kind of teaching students, particularly around methods. My research area is around what is kind of human perceptions and behaviours in high stakes environments. So I particularly look at areas like conflict, for example, particularly in non-Western contexts. A lot of the times those environments are inaccessible, or you have an idea that to be able to come into the lab and test it. So working with students to create simulations of societies in an experiment and getting participants to take part in an experiment online that's entirely a fictitious scenario, but it's kind of just testing these ideas that you can then go and test those in the real world.
iMotions makes creating student projects and allowing them to collect their own data really straightforward. The drag and drop system for uploading stimuli and creating areas of interest, as well as the simple way to calibrate participants' eyes. It is very straightforward for me to teach one student in the group how to collect data, and then they train each other. It's that straightforward to use. So the iMotion software really helps facilitate our course data collection in a way that I don't think I could have done otherwise.
I think also the getting it up and running is quite good. So it's that you can particularly get a study going within a couple of hours, test it, and off you go. It's
been very helpful with being able to, I think, teach students an array of different methods. So exposing them to different sorts of cognitive measures or survey items, it can all be housed within one system, and that's been hugely helpful for me in terms of teaching, but also for students to have an interest and they know that there's kind of one place that they can go to use and learn these different methodologies. That's been really helpful.